2 words, apple crumble. Every time. Hello! In my previous video, I asked for some suggestions of what I should bake next, and one of these suggestions was an apple crumble. So let's get started. I've already prepped some of the stuff, but we're now going to start making the apple crumble. Funny story, my laptop's all the way on that counter, right? And that's where the recipe is. So we need to put about 1 cup. Okay, so here's the thing. They said 300 grams of sugar, which actually I do have a scale thing, but 300 grams of sugar is like kind of a difficult measurement in terms of like cups and stuff. Gotta do this whole process again. I miss flour on the table. Every time. Every single time, man. Something always goes wrong. The reason why I have... Oh, dang it. The floor was washed today and I just shamelessly put it on the floor. It's going fantastic so far. Okay, that was a bit of a disaster, but it's fine. So you're supposed to take a few butter cubes at a time. I'm assuming that's a few. There's the bowl. There's a few at a time, and we keep rubbing until it resembles breadcrumbs. Also, not gonna lie, this is a hectically weird consistency. This is what is fun about this, is like I don't always know what all of it means, and like 9 out of 10 times it comes out pretty good, pretty edible. It works out, but I won't lie, there were many times where I'm like, it's not gonna work out. Yeah, that giant cinnamon roll, genuinely surprised that it worked out, I'm not even gonna lie. 300 grams of flour, sieved. I did not sieve the flour, and it is too late now. Oh well, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the way this feels, or how long this is taking. Breadcrumbs. It literally looks like breadcrumbs. I'll try and show you. We'll see. We'll see if I show you. Why? Why does this always happen to me? It's like this is why we don't do this. I'm not gonna have to clean that up. The insides, the good sides, the good bit. So he was supposed to slice them into 1 centimeter thick slices. Now, I'm not entirely sure if that's 1 centimeter, but in my eyes it is. I did not take a ruler and measure this, but it looks about 1 centimeter. Anyway, 1/2 cup brown sugar. I've learned last time I'm not gonna pour it in again. Not this time again. Just put it in there. It's not exact measurements, but you know. They say a pinch of cinnamon. I hope this is cinnamon. We're just gonna sprinkle. Oof. So yeah. Ooh, let me not stand in the light, but that's basically what it looks like. If you have watched any of my previous videos, this will be a familiar face. And I think this is, I don't even measure it. It's 26. There's a round thing that is the exact size. Round thing. Yeah, this one's 24. Hold my breath. And add in a cup. Dang it. So first put the apple mixture at the bottom. So now I'm like curious, would this have worked better if we had cut the apples into cubes? If you know what I mean? It's like if you think about it, if you have cubes, then you don't have like these large pieces of apple that you need to bite into. And then also in the apple crumble that we buy from the shop, they have raisins in them, like those yellow ones and brown ones. And see, I don't think this is deep enough, but whatever. We'll see how much of a disaster this was. Look, it smells like it should. So we sprinkle this on top. Ooh, yum! A lot of crumble for little apple, but okay. We're just gonna trust the process. So it is quite a few hours later. I have Kirsty here. You've seen her before, she's a familiar face. So what she's gonna do is she is going to basically be blindfolded, that's what this is for. She has to kind of tell me, not kind of tell me, she has to tell me which she thinks is which. So I have the apple crumble that I made and the apple crumble that we bought from Spa, which is the normal apple crumble that we usually eat. So we'll see how it fares against the store-bought and if it is highly noticeable. So I'm gonna quickly go fetch it while you blindfold yourself.
It's just you and I, but she's still there. Ow, trust me, trust. Ow, my eyes are so sore when I open them, so I can... Yeah.
In the one bowl, I have my apple crumble. In the other bowl,
That's homemade. 100% homemade.
You think so?
Yeah. I can taste the apple.
Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Why is it so cinnamony? You see, the thing is, the texture of that one is like the texture of one from a shop. Kind of thing, like the apples aren't so like chunky and prominent as in the other one. Which makes me think that that's the shop one. But that one has like a overwhelming cinnamon taste. Which makes me think you made it and put too much cinnamon in.
Rude.
Because I've never tasted cinnamon in an apple crumble before. But then the other one would be a really bad quality shop one. In the sense that like the apples are so, like, well, it's not bad quality, but the apples taste homemade, if that makes sense. My verdict is that the second one was the shop one.
And the first one was homemade.
Yeah, even though the second one tastes homemade as well. So I think the second one was just a really bad shop one.
You can take off your blindfold.
In the sense of like the lid came off, you know?
Yeah, you were correct.
I was
The first
correct.
one was homemade and the second one was
I've got a...
shop. But this one was burnt, so I think that's why it smells more cinnamony, the shop one.
But like it's like an overwhelming cinnamon taste. But the texture's
really dark.
Texture's good. Wow. But like,
So how do you think it fares against good old shop apple tart? Apple crumble.
I mean, it's better than that one, but
Yay! This apple crumble is a thumbs up. It fares well against the shop apple crumble, so it's definitely worth making. We give it a thumbs up. The one change I would make if I made this again, or when I make this again, is that I would maybe double my apples, or keep my apples the same but half the flour recipe, because it is a lot of crumble. For the ratio is a bit off.
yeah.
But yeah, so I'd either like double my apples and keep the crumb the same, because then you just get more pie, or apple crumble, or half the flour recipe thing. But yeah, so we approve of this. Thank you again for the suggestion, and make sure to comment down below any other recipes that you'd like us to test. And if you'd like us to test something that is in the shop, we can also give that a go and then see how it does side by side like we did today. Yay! Okay, we're gonna go eat apple crumble and custard. Anyway, okay.
Cheers.
No, see you on the flip side.
I've heard that so much lately.
See you on the flip side.
And I'm like, when did that become?
You should say that when you have a flipper. It's flipping useless.